Greetings, Star Wars community, and welcome to Star Wars World Reviews. And today we're going to be going over episode 5 of The Mandalorian. So sit on, buckle up, and hit that happy drive because Star Wars World Reviews starts now. If you're new to this channel, my name is Ro.
And I'm Mario.
And we're gonna be going over some things that we like and we didn't like of episode 5 of The Mandalorian. And like always, there are gonna be a lot of spoilers, so you have been warned.
Previously, we've always started with the things that we don't like about the episode first, but this time around, I think we both feel like we didn't like a lot of things about the episode. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the things that we did like about the episode and then move on from there.
The first thing that we enjoy about episode 5 of The Mandalorian is how visually it gave us a lot of throwbacks to A New Hope. It gave us that cantina, it gave us the desert, even seeing the stormtrooper helmets on those sticks. Visually was very appealing, even though I believe story-wise it wasn't there where I wanted to be. But I felt like it gave us back a lot of the things that we know from A New Hope. But what do you think about this episode?
I mean, I really like the fact that we were back on Tatooine, that we got to see a lot of those throwbacks like you mentioned. I did enjoy the fact that this episode focused a lot more on the Mandalorian as a bounty hunter. It got to show his skills as a bounty hunter, how he prepares to catch a particular person. We've only seen one example of that, and that was at the very beginning of the series when he's trying to catch the blue guy. When he goes after Baby Yoda, it just seems more like a straightforward type of job, but this time we got to see him strategize, be careful. He knew who he was dealing with, and he had to warn the other guy, if you're gonna go after them, then you're gonna need help, or you're not gonna be able to do it alone, basically. So it just showed that the Mandalorian is a bounty hunter by profession, and I thought that the way that they showed that was a very good way of showing it. And I really did enjoy that it happened in Tatooine. However, there could have been some things that could have been added to make that a little bit more appealing. And with those two things said, that is pretty much all that we liked about episode 5 of The Mandalorian. Honestly, I think they dropped the ball a lot with this episode. I was so excited for the next outing for Dave Filoni as a director. I was really hopeful after seeing the very first episode that he could do something really good with it. And this felt like Dave Filoni being Dave Filoni. What I mean by that is it felt like an episode again of Rebels,
like a filler
episode this time around. Instead of a normal episode that was all canon, that was really good and we couldn't wait to get more of, it felt like a filler episode that just needed to be thrown out. This was a waste, honestly, in my opinion, of an episode, and it didn't need to be in such a short series of episodes. And we're only getting 8 episodes this season, and for this to be one of those episodes, I am extremely disappointed because I feel like it adds no value whatsoever to the story that they're trying to tell. It really didn't connect unless the very ending has a big surprise or a twist to it that's going to play into the next 3 episodes. Still, even then, I don't think a whole episode should have been wasted just to show us that last 2-second clip of somebody showing up that we still don't know who they are.
Yeah, and a lot of rumors were that it was probably Boba Fett. I really doubt that's Boba Fett. We still don't know who that person is, but like he said, you know, don't give us a whole episode just to introduce a new mysterious character. And with that, talking about characters, did you like that Toro, that first guy that...
No, none of the characters that were introduced in this particular episode were interesting to me. They were very bad acted. I think that the way that the personality came off of each one of the characters that were introduced just wasn't good. The mechanic just didn't click with me.
Yeah.
The way that she was trying to even play with Baby Yoda, I didn't like that at all. This is one of the episodes where I couldn't wait for the episode to be over, even though Baby Yoda was in it. There was nothing in it that said, ooh, like every single other episode, it didn't draw my attention to Baby Yoda as it usually does. The mechanic just wasn't very good as an actor in this particular episode. I know that actress is very good. She's done other things that I like, but I didn't like her in this episode.
Yeah.
I didn't like the interaction with the robots that she had. I didn't like the way the Mandalorian handled that whole situation. I didn't like the speech of the Toro guy that was getting the Mandalorian to help him out with that bounty. The one character that I did like was the bounty herself, the target. I thought she was a very good character. I thought she was very mysterious. I thought that she did a very good job in portraying herself as somebody that's worthy of having that bounty, but it was short-lived. We didn't get enough of that character, and we don't even know if it was important to the story or not.
Yeah, well, it seemed like she got killed. I mean, she might have survived that shot at the end, but I mean, we don't know. But yeah, I kind of wanted more of her versus that Toro guy that he was trying to get into that Gil. You know, I don't know why he was there. I felt like, you remember that character Sean from Boy Meets World?
Yeah.
I felt like that was that guy. But overall, I didn't like the acting. Some sets were okay. I mean, visually, you can, see, wow, they're giving us a lot of throwbacks, but even like in that desert, I felt like they were stuck in that desert for a long time. Like there's nothing around them. So that portion alone was like, I actually fell asleep. I watched this episode twice because I fell asleep the first time because I thought it was boring. And so when I watched it the second time, I was like, okay, I see where they were going at. I see what David Filoni was trying to do, giving us a little taste of the throwbacks, but the story with the visuals didn't match. And so I don't know what was the purpose of, honestly, of this episode, knowing that we only have 3 more episodes left of this season.
And to finish off the things that we didn't like about this episode, another thing that I'm going to pick at, and I picked on it in the previous episodes as well, is the soundtrack. It still has not found its identity. And here in particular, I think it was a huge miss because we're back on Tatooine. We're back into the world of Star Wars that we already know, and there was nothing in the soundtrack that seemed familiar. The songs that they used just didn't make any sense to me. The sounds that they used that they laid over Baby Yoda, actually giving him a baby's voice,
like
the
very
giggles
baby
and stuff like that. Yeah, the default giggles that you would hear a baby say or sound like. I hated that. I thought it was a terrible way of using sound effects in this particular episode.
They overdid it with his Baby Yoda giggles or voice. I was like, what? Oh, well, not voice, but I guess the giggles. So yeah, I didn't like that either. Like as soon as he did that, I think they were on the ship. I was like, what the heck? Yeah. I wonder why they decided to, use that, like overuse it, because he sounds very human. And to me, yes, Yoda sounds, he has a speech, but his speech is different than what a human is. But I felt like those giggles were very human-like, versus an alien species. And
why I like that they were back into the cantina, which was probably the same cantina where Han shot Greedo. There was nothing about it that they used. They didn't use any music. They didn't do any of the sounds of the cantina.
From the original
it would have been great to see more characters that we saw from Tatooine. Not necessarily the same characters that we saw previously in Tatooine, but characters similar to that. It didn't seem like a lively place anymore. It didn't seem like any activity was going on anymore. So it just felt like it was some misuse of the previous things that we had already seen in the Star Wars universe. I think they really do need to do a better job of connecting us to that universe when they're going to use things that reference that universe specifically.
Well, those are our thoughts for The Mandalorian episode 5. And so comment below, let us know, what do you think about Baby Yoda, maybe the throwbacks to this episode, the things that we mentioned, maybe things that we didn't mention. Comment below, let us know your thoughts. But with that, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. And like always, can't wait to guys have you back here at
Star Wars Reviews.